The city is quiet, too cold to walk alone. Strangers in overcoats, hurry on home. Tonight I've been walking in the rain. Someone's been talking and I've got the blame. Chained, framed, you know what I mean. Push me in a corner and I'll scream. Just give me one more chance. Just give me one more chance. Just give me one more chance. Just give me one more chance tonight. I will find out wherever you are, drinking in another club or driving in your car, walking through empty streets. Stupid fool, that was yours for keeps. Chained, framed, you know what I mean. I remember when you said, baby, baby, please give me one more chance. Just give me one more chance. Just give me one more chance. Just give me one more chance tonight.
I'm not sure where the audio went on that zombie. We're back.
You know what? It was even more frightening without sound.
I know.
Welcome back.
I kind of prefer it that way.
Welcome back to the Isle of the Fish People. We've realized the Fishmen was maybe a little non-inclusive, so we're now the Isle of the Fish People. Hope everybody's cool with that.
Fish.
This movie answered a lot of
and...
questions that I've had, Bill, for years.
Yes.
Who wins in a fight between Shakira and Voodoo Warriors, and including Bobby Rhodes, or Fishmen?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody noticed one of the henchmen
charming.
was Bobby Rhodes, who was Tony the Pimp from Demons. You know, what the hell happened to Rosemary?
The amazing thing is that Bill did some reading of who actually shot the first 10 minutes. If you're wondering why the first 10 minutes look so great, it is a murderer's row of talent in the first 10 minutes of this movie.
Wow. Yeah. Where to begin?
Yeah.
Well, of course,
I mean,
there was... Go ahead.
No, go for it. I'm excited to go through it.
Well, let's see. The director of the American sequences, you know, of course, Roger Corman. If you missed the last segment, Roger Corman bought this movie to distribute in the United States by New World and decided that it needed more of a slasher element to it. um, or rather the promotion of the film. Um, and he, paid for this wonderful opening sequence to be shot. And so many talented people worked on it. Joe Dante was the editor. Miller
Yeah.
Drake, also
Gillian
associate.
Hurd was the production
Mhm.
coordinator or location coordinator,
I'm trying to figure out
which
who
is
the
crazy.
director was of the US one. It was somebody
You know, you
notable.
said Gary Graver shot it.
Yes, Gary Graver. I saw his name in the
Yeah.
credits. Oh,
Yeah.
and I think Jim
It
Wynorski misremembered it. He said that it was, Rob Bottin who did the special effects, but Chris Wallace is credited.
mm,
So, it was probably Chris Wallace.
yeah. But man, I'll tell you what, the first 10 minutes, not that nothing bad with the rest of it. I like this whole movie, but that foggy cave that she comes out of and all that,
Yeah.
it's gorgeous. Miller Drake, who I saw directed that sequence. I've seen that listed. And you got Cameron Mitchell and Mel Ferrer in that 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. You know, if Cameron Mitchell hadn't got killed, I'd be like, is he taking his boat on the way to Raw Force? Is this the same character? You know? But kind of I tell you my favorite things about this movie. One, I like that one fish man just comes up and just throws that Atlantean treasure down, like whatever. I love that they have humpback kind of looks to them.
Mhm.
I love
Oh, they're
that
so cute.
part of this movie looks like a King Solomon's Mine movie or Mandingo mixed with Atlantis. The underwater scenes are great. I would never get in that fucking diving bell. I just want to say that straight up. Also, why are those skeleton zombies in the beginning? Bill and I
Yeah, that has no
comment.
explanation in the film. There's no
Yeah,
reason for that to have happened. That was very
it was like
clearly a
an effects reel. Like they're like,
yeah,
let's just do some cool shit. And that's, I mean, I'm all for cool shit, right? The music's great throughout this movie. It's got some great beats. I love it. I'll give it an 88, easy to dance to. And then I the only thing I don't like is they didn't have a good hairstylist for Barbara Buck. Her hair looks very brittle. She could have used just a little more conditioner. I've
well,
seen her have better hair in other movies.
I was amazed that she looked as good as she did living on that island. I mean, it's not like she could go to the beauty salon.
Maybe it is realistic then. You don't think that the fishmen at night put kelp in her hair and do her hair? I've
They all
used
wanna
kelp
do
in
her
my hair, but
hair.
yeah, they don't probably.
What were they
We probably should,
wearing? What the
the
fuck was
fishmen.
that costume that they were wearing? It looked like, one of those braided rugs, except
Yeah,
woven into garments.
I think. Yeah. Oh, you mean the Voodoo Warriors or whatever
Yeah,
they are?
the henchmen,
Yeah.
like
You know, I don't know. They looked ridiculous, and I love them for it. Can you imagine being on Bobby Rhodes? You know who knows Bobby Rhodes is Joe. Joe, what's his name? Zazo knows him. I should say, if you ever talk to Bobby Rhodes, ask him when he did Owl the Fishman. What was it like when he got the costume? What did he say? Um, was he upset? Probably not. I mean, it's cool. I mean, you get to go to this island to be in this movie, and as long as you don't have to get in that miniature diving bell, everything's cool. That hero, you said, I agree. He had 100 lives. Like they threw him in a diving bell, he still
yeah.
escaped. Like he got in and out of some jams. They set the volcanoes, set the whole island on fire. There's a lot to deal with.
It's a big idea to get
Also,
used to.
yeah, also that volcano happened. A lot of times when you get a prophecy, not a prophecy bear, but a prophecy. My head just blew my mind. You when you have a prophecy, it takes a couple years to come true. This is very much like Jor-El in Superman 1, where he's like Krypton's going to blow up, and literally like 3 minutes later, Krypton blows up. He didn't give anybody time to pack. Shakira is like, I think this volcano is going to blow up, and they're like, okay, but when? She's right now, and it is too late, and the whole set looks like the set from Zombie. Gets caught on fire.
Her prophecy totally came true because the island didn't blow up until the
Mm,
fishmen threw that idol up onto the wherever they were, the
yeah,
cave, I guess.
yeah.
I was really into this movie this time. This is probably the first time I watched this movie and was so into it. And I
I'm
love
super into it because the underwater stuff is cool as hell. Like, do you know what I mean? I know it's just a miniature and it's not great, but I
really?
loved it.
It was a
I don't know.
miniature? I couldn't
Yeah.
tell.
No, they actually found that, they found that, ape-headed, whatever it is. Um, it looked like a Planet of the Apes head, there, under the water, but you know what? Whatever. It's there's a lot of, like, weird horse riding. Everybody's got, like, adamant
Weird horse
clothing
riding.
on. There's so much to think through in this. Literally, the sailors' outfits look like they came from Strip, from the video from Strip, and it's like, that's another story of my childhood, Bill, is when I was going to Catholic school when Adamant was big. What's that, like 81, 82? Um, when I would wear dress shirts, I would, try to frill out the ends so that I could have Adamant shirts,
Oh
and
yeah.
I asked my mom, "Could you get me a shirt like this?" And she said, "I don't think they make them for kids." So,
Strip
I
was
dream
83. He was really into
83.
like the
See, I would have
pirate
been
look
like
in
11. Yeah.
81.
Yeah, I was like 11.
It turned into like
Goody
more
Two
of a
Shoes era. Huh?
he was dressed more like a romance novel cover
Yeah.
in like 83. But 81 was where he had that like war paint on and pirate
Oh,
costumes.
I loved it. I was like a little kid, and I'm like, "How can I get pirate boots and a frilly shirt like that?" A fat kid being chased by vampires dressed like a pirate. It's my childhood. So, yeah, I agree with Steve that the diving bell got 8 different camera angles and zoom ins of Atlantis. It's a lot of technology for when is this, the 1800s at some point? Um,
Yeah. They really
yeah,
they had their shit together more back then. And Tracy's right, poor Jose. He was so loyal and he didn't
yeah,
let, Claude fall into the spike pit. And then what did he get for thanks? He got turned into a fish man.
yeah. The fishmen were with us all along. We were all fish people. There's a lot to learn in this movie.
Yeah, well, she wasn't wrong at some point in our lineage. We did. They stopped there and we kept going. And now here
Yeah,
we are.
exactly. Uh, the sequel to this movie is even stranger, if that's possible, and it makes even less sense. Um, it's wonderful. Like when I watched it the first time, I went back and immediately watched it again, and it made even less sense the second time. And that's when I know that I really love a movie. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, it's a kids movie too. So like the Italian kids, they love Fishmen. They're like, we really love this movie. Um, Also, the Fishman's fighting style is very open hand slap to the face that causes you to bleed.
Scratch, fatal scratches. It's the Paul Nashi Hombre
Yeah,
Lobo method of dispatching your victims.
yeah. That is a great call. I wish the Fishmen had continued into a couple movies and they could have like had them battle Dracula or like a Wolfman. I kind of would like that.
They were nice.
Yeah,
They took care
they're
of,
cute. Their little humpy backs are cute, and the way they
yeah.
like kind of turn into the water when they get in is really great.
I think we need more movies that humanize fish. Even people who are vegetarian for moral reasons, sometimes they eat
Yeah,
fish, and I say, why? Just because it
yeah,
has an eye that never
yeah.
moves, that's no reason to eat it. So the fishmen were,
Pescatarian.
yeah, they were totally
Yeah,
like working towards that visibility, and also there was this element of um, superhero to them. They had
yeah,
sort of like these superhero elements because they turned nice and they saved her at the end. Like they swam,
yeah.
they knew they had to get her out, and that if she went out the other way, they'd die. And they saved her friend too. So that was nice of
Mhm.
them. They're not bad people,
Yeah.
fish people. Sorry.
No, they're not. I I have to go and watch the sequel a third time to see if they keep up their niceness. I do believe they do. I believe they saved the children at one point. So that's kind of what I want out of them.
Mike, I'm not sure who you said moved to Mississippi and now loves Jesus a lot.
Is that the girl from the beginning? Perhaps the actress from, because everybody asked if that was Roger Corman's secretary because she has no other credits on IMDb.
Oh, right. What's her
Yeah,
name? I'm looking at her. Eunice Bolt.
Alexis Dubin.
Alexa, it's Galen Ross, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Um, but yeah, this movie certainly has a lot of stuff happen in it. You know what I mean? I can see why audiences didn't like it. They're like, "Wait, this is slasher?" I didn't realize it was a Jacques Cousteau, uh, H. Rider Haggard kind of thing. It doesn't really feel like the movie that I was promised.
It
And like,
didn't. It had nothing to do with fishmen raping women like humanoids from the deep. They made it sound like humanoids from the deep too, in that ad campaign for Something Waits in the Dark. But also then with Screamers, they totally shifted gears and pulled something out of left field that had nothing to do with the movie at all.
yeah. So it's like you're promised one thing, and you're like, no. It's like, well, you know what? Let's just make another trailer that'll sell people. And if we get him in there, I was thinking about that today with Al Adamson today, Bill, because he remade Blood of Gas. The movie that is Blood of Ghastly Horror is like 4 times. It
Yeah,
started as Psycho Go Go, Fiend with the electronic brain, Man with the synthetic brain. It's like I really respect. It has a different TV title too. Like there are like 5 titles for it, 5 different cuts of it. It's all kind of sort of the same movie, but not like some people. If a major studio did that, I'd be like, "Fuck Disney," I'd be like, "That's horrible that they do that." But if Independent International wants to do that, if New World wants to do that, I'm 100% in their side. If Film Mirage wants to do that, I'm all for it.
Film
You know what I mean? I'm
Mirage.
for the little guy. The best Film Mirage opening, I think we could all admit, is the one where it's just a hot dog on the screen and it says a Film Mirage film. It's the greatest thing ever. Like, just seeing that image makes me happy. That's in I think Deep Blood is the one that's in.
Deep Blood, yeah.
Yeah.
Opens with a
A
weenie
movie
roast.
that says what if we kind of put like a voodoo curse before Jaws 4 is written, a voodoo curse shark thing and kids sharing being blood brothers. And it kind of has elements of it in it. Mike says New World created a new insert of Jose the Fishman because the original one in the Italian film looked like a rubber walrus. Yeah.
Aw, I bet it was cute.
Yeah. They make toys of everything today. Like I can get action figures of anything. Where are my Isle of the Fishman figures? You know what I mean? Like I would love to have one of these fishmen on my desk.
I'm sure with
Yeah.
a 3D printer, anything's possible these days. You could make your
I need
own
to do it.
Screamers line of figures.
Yeah, like Funko makes everything, or Super 7 makes everything. Where is my? So there's probably 3 people. All of them are in this chat right now that would buy Screamers figure. But
Well, there's 3.
yeah, so let's do it. Give me my Screamers figures. Give me my DIA action figures. Give us a Bat People figure. Give us a.
Oh, Bat People! I do want one with with one head that's the doctor and
Yeah,
another head that's the bat, and a
yeah,
detachable hand too.
yeah. That would be awesome. I think we need a. Well, obviously, we need a Prophecy Bear figure. That goes without saying, right?
I'm waiting for it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
and
do it.
I'd like a Dr. Freudenstein figure. I know that there are some other ones, but I want like a high value one that comes with like a knife that goes through other figures' heads, comes out their mouths.
I'm pretty sure there is
What I
a
want.
Dr. Freudstein figure.
There is like an expensive, like couple $100 one, and yes, it's been in my cart a couple times, and I've been like, this would be great. Then I remember that I'd like to stay married. So I'm like, when my wife looks at the bank statement, she's like, "Who spent $349 on a Dr. Freudenstein figure?" There's only one of us in the house other than her. It's me. I'm a child. I got it. So yeah.
Years ago for Christmas, I got Mark that Dr. Fibes figure. And it turned out to be, it's pretty valuable now, I think. It came in a
Yeah.
nice box, and there's 2 different Fives heads. There's the Vincent Price one and the skull one. There's a couple other little bonuses that you get with little accessories. It's pretty nice.
I have a really nice it's like an 8-inch reanimator one that comes with a cat in the jar. It comes with the head. It's a pretty nice, and a couple syringes. It's a pretty nice figure. So I enjoy that. Hey, you want to see what came in the mail, Bill?
I was just about to ask. You read my mind.
This is the movie that got me kicked off Amazon. This review upset Amazon. Why? This is new from Kino Cult. It is Sinner, obviously the Jess Franco movie. The Secret Diary of a Nymphomaniac. The word nymphomaniac got me kicked off Amazon and all my reviews canceled. I am appealing right now. But you should probably order this. But Kino Cult putting out some really cool stuff. Very excited about that. So this is I got into the Lionsgate world now.
Can you adjust your microphone?
Yes. Hello. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Lionsgate sent me Young Guns. Oh boy. It's a steel box though, and it's really nice. Or no, it's not steel box. 4K one, and it comes with wanted posters for everybody in it. So that's cool. Now for the funniest thing, Lionsgate also sent me this. I can't believe they sent it to me. It is a steel box of Twilight. This is the complete collection.
Still sealed. Wow.
Still sealed. This is the Best Buy exclusive. Really nice though, and they're all I believe they're all 4K.
Is it gonna remain sealed?
No, I'm gonna watch them again. I've already watched these movies before because we went to Forks at one time. But yeah, there's your Twilight set. This is now available exclusively at Best Buy, and there's a couple other really nice sets that have been coming out at Best Buy that are before Best Buy finishes up. We got about another month of being able to buy physical media there. So don't worry, you can still get stuff at Diabolic. And I guess Amazon, if they give me my stuff back, I would order from Diabolic DVD if I were you, or from Severin, or directly from the manufacturer. Vinegar Syndrome, Arrow, whatever companies. MVD itself has a really good ordering system. That's what came in the mail this week. There was a huge box with that Twilight thing in it, though, and Beck is like, what is in there? Nor says, what are the chances of the worm eaters showing up soon on the show? That is a good idea.
Listen, Nora is going to riot if we don't do the worm eaters. So we've got to pencil.
I'm going to add it to the list we have a want list on Letterboxd. If you check out my Letterboxd of movies people have requested, and I would say this year about 10 movies have come off that list from people asking. So I will add that to the list.
The worm eaters.
You can always
it's got to be done.
Ask me.
Ted Michaels.
Yeah, you can always ask me too. Just send me a message. Say, hey, can you add these to the list? And I will, because I'm always looking for new ones.
Yeah.
Inevitably, there's times where Bill and I are like, "Oh, what are we going to show next week?" And we have to think through it. So if we have a couple of people really into, we'll show it.
I got some cool stuff to look at.
Loves that movie. Awesome.
So here's something cool. Ator Moonbeam made the cocktail on the second segment tonight. This was submitted by.
It looks like you're looking at the cocktail and you're like, "Wow!"
Right?
When you look at it. Yeah.
I'm checking out your cocktail, Ator. Sorry. Yeah, and the cool glass too. That's fucking amazing. I love it.
It's like the skull.
Thanks very much for participating. And what else we got? Oh, this was sent to me by Tim Tolbert just today. He was in New York. He stopped by Forbidden Planet, and there's the Drive-In Asylum shelf at Forbidden Planet.
Oh my gosh.
I was really glad that Tim sent me this because I asked them to do it all the time there, and they never get around to it. So finally, I have to send spies in to send pictures.
Oh, you're what do you call it? Mystery shopper.
Yes. So what else? Yeah. Oh, Laura Monteiro. She likes to take pictures with the Drive-In Asylum coasters that I send sometimes with the issues. Here
Oh,
she is at Lizzie Borden's grave.
oh my gosh.
There she is. It's
That's
yeah,
amazing.
there's more. Look at all those trinkets that people leave for Lizzie
Ooh,
Borden.
people love her.
We love her too.
People love her TV movie with her TV movie is
Look
really
whose
good.
grave this is.
Oh
Can you
wow.
read it? I'm sorry. It's
Howard
H.P.
Phillips Lovecraft?
Lovecraft.
Yeah. Whoa.
And that coaster has been around. And here it is in a smallpox cemetery. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. I mean, I don't love smallpox, but I love that it's getting
Yeah,
around.
the smallpox sucks, but everything else about it is cool.
Yeah. I mean, is that a controversial statement for me to say?
Yes.
I'm gonna fall down on my sword on that one. If you can quote me. I don't like smallpox.
Well, maybe
I
I
hope
should.
everybody can still be my friend. I am adding the worm eaters to the request list right now, Bill,
Right on.
on Letterboxd. Pretty exciting. Actually, I can take a couple more off. We have shown 2 more of these. 3. Oh my gosh. It's pretty exciting.
I'm pulling up some ads for us to look at.
I'm going to tell you what's on the list right now. Would you like to know?
Yes.
Here are the other requests. All the Kind Strangers, Hands of Steel, 3 Extremes, Forbidden World, Death Machines, Claws, Beyond the Door 3, The Horror at 37,000 Feet, The Possessed from 1975, Phantom of the Paradise, Blackout, Scissors, The Reincarnation of Peter Proud, Sound of Horror, Night of the Witches, Dr. Frankenstein on Campus, The People Who Own the Dark, Amok, Grave Robbers from 1988, who we know that someone in the chat room is in that movie, and The Worm Eaters from 1977. Those are currently the movies that are on the list on Letterboxd for movies to watch on the Drive-In Asylum double feature. And 3 of them just came off the list. Grizzly was on the list, Bill. The Severed Arm was on the list. And I can't remember the other one was, but there were 3 that just came off the list that we watched.
We do look at the list. And
Yeah.
we do use your suggestions. It might take a while. The Worm Eaters has been festering for a while. We can't do every
Mike
good
Justice
movie.
asked, Mike said, can we do Mannequin and That Darn Cat? We're going to do Mannequin 2, Mannequin on the Move. And I don't know what other cat movie we'll do. We're Eye of the Cat. We'll do those 2.
What one did he ask for? Mannequin 2 and what?
Mannequin and That Darn Cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We could do
We're gonna do Mannequin and one of Mike's movies together, and Mike can talk about Mannequin.
what's that movie about the cat on the boat? The Uncanny, or no, the
The Uncanny,
Uninvited.
yeah.
The Uninvited.
Mhm. Yeah.
Monster
That has a
Cat.
great tagline. You only have 1 lives, but cats have 9.
Monster cats are always uninvited, like Alanis Morissette told you.
Oh,
You're uninvited.
if we had only listened to it once.
So here's some stuff
Oh,
that's
man.
that's bubbling under for the Groovy Doom page. You get a sneak peek.
But I dare you to see Teenage Zombies.
Okay, I'll take you up on that dare. I will see
Okay.
Teenage Zombies.
Yeah. How about It? And we know what it means. It came from outer space.
Look carefully in this ad. You may be confused as to why they're calling the Mummy hilarious, but it's Abbott and Costello meet the Mummy.
But that's not the art from that, though, correct? That's from the Mummy's art, right?
Yes, they stole it from the Hammer films.
Yeah. They were like, do we have a Mummy poster? No. I mean, we have one from a movie we showed 2 years ago. Okay. Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy would have been kind of old by now, right?
This was from like 1962, I think.
Yeah, so it would have been at least 5 or 6 years old.
but not so old that they wouldn't show it. You know, you would never,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have seen that in the 70s. They stopped showing
No.
stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's cool.
This was an interesting little blurb about how Barbara Steele fainted at a screening of Black Sunday, and they had to stop the screening. It never, when she saw herself in the coffin. This smells like a made up story to me.
This really feels like William Castley's story.
I don't doubt that it actually happened, but I'm sure it. Barbara Steele is an actress.
Also, the showing of the flicker was never resumed. That's when you know you have power as an actress.
What?
When the movie you pass out and you're like, that's the end of the movie.
Yeah. What? Why watch the rest of the movie now? Like that, a better show just happened right there in the theater.
Yeah.
They couldn't top it.
No.
There she is.
Oh. God.
The stare herself.
I could look at this poster.
She doesn't have any
Forever.
holes in her face in this poster.
No, she doesn't. This whole everything about this is great. I was telling Bill that I watched An Angel for Satan with Barbara Steele in it, and like literally 10 minutes into the movie, I'd already run up and down the steps 4 times in excitement. I get like super overwhelmed with just excitement.
I like to picture these things happening.
It's totally true though. I was like bonkers excited. And I ran upstairs to tell Beck about it. She's like, that sounds really stupid. And I said, yeah, I know. And went back downstairs and cried. And then I watched the rest of the movie and I loved it. So. Oh, man. Is this, I was going to say, is this one of our houses? Is that where this is playing? Barbara Steele over Carol Monroe, Mike Justice. Thank you for asking. I do love Carol Monroe, but Barbara Steele.
That's a hot take.
Did Carol
That's
Monroe
not what I
ever
expected.
No, well, you know what? It was really hard, but
I'm sure it was.
And we know, yeah, exactly.
It.
But I just Barbara Steele's like, I don't think we'd have so many goth looks without her.
Vince agrees with you. He says Barbara Steele is, or yes, Barbara Steele. No, Carolyn Monroe. Sorry,
Carol Monroe.
I got it backwards.
You know what? There's not a bad answer here. This isn't like a bad answer.
You're not going to disagree with that, probably.
No, I'm not going to disagree with it either. It's just if I had my druthers, and I do, I'd pick Barbara Steele.
We've all had druthers.
Yeah, but
that's nothing special.
Oh, Bill, this night is magical.
I know. The magic needs to be stopped. There's too much
magic. The Girl Who Knew Too Much, a.k.a. The Evil Eye, which is a great title. And Adam Age Vampire, movie with no vampire. And The Brain That Wouldn't Die. And $1 for a full carload.
That's a bargain. No, $1.50, but still.
No, look below. There's a coupon. Save this ad for $1.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh, you had to write your license number down? There was probably a scam going on there.
Yeah, there's some kind of scam going on. I imagine the Apache was not politically incorrect at all. I imagine the Apache was very tasteful. But yeah. Love Adam Age Vampire. And everything about this. This is a night.
Steve likes the V. We know Steve.
Yeah.
That art for Adam Age Vampire is amazing. I love that movie so much. That was a Monsterama fave. It was the last movie of the night. It got foggy, and that only helped the movie, not hurt it. It was a beautiful print too. I've never seen Adam Age Vampire look that good. I don't know. I think there is a Blu-ray now, or at least a deluxe DVD.
Yeah. But it's wonderful.
Here's something really weird. This was a spook show thing where they did live surgery on stage. and
Wow.
it made actual doctors faint.
It's all legal though, so don't worry.
Yeah, you're not gonna get into trouble with the police for going to this.
Also, it's Thursday night at midnight. It's
Yeah, did nobody?
imagine you come to work Friday, you look exhausted, and you're like, "Why are you so tired?" And like, well, last night I watched Doctor Psycho surgery, and corpses were vivisected in front of me. Like 3 real doctors passed out.
Oh yeah, I went to a spook
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, I went to a spook show at midnight. They're like, "I don't think you're serious about this job." I am. I'm also serious about spook shows. I went psycho. It was gory and bloody. A living girl underwent major surgery. And by that I mean we saw her cans. It was great.
Yeah, I don't know. I think these may have been better times, as Vince
I'm gonna
likes to
say
say. He hasn't
100%
said
that
it
these
yet.
were better times. Yeah. There is nowhere right now I can go watch a living person get vivisected and not go to jail and not have anybody see a real doctor faint in front of me. You know, there's nowhere for me to go psycho. There were 1,001 shocking sights. Oh,
How about that brain from Planet Arrows?
yeah. The first movie that played on Pittsburgh's Tower Theater.
Super hot artwork.
Oh, is it a man, Bill? Is it a beast? Or
What
is it a
is it?
demon? Don't know. Is it an invisible Avenger? Or is it an unholy wife? There's a lot here.
The
Would you
unholy
rather go
wife
to
has
see
got to be great. Well, look, Diana Doris was the unholy wife.
Yeah, definitely, right? Would you rather go to Dr. Love or Dr. Psycho if you had to pick?
I don't know. I don't trust
Yeah,
Dr. Love.
I don't either. I don't think Gene Simmons has his license. Dr. Psycho, I think with that name, he had to work harder. Hey, we got the werewolf. We got the movie that inspired Dario Argento, Scream and Mimi,
Did it
with
really?
Gypsy Rose Lee. It did. It said it was one of the inspirations for Bird of the Crystal Plumage. Could he be bullshitting? Maybe, but yes. The Mad Magician with Vincent Price and The Crawl. Man, the Apache, $1.20. The Apache gave you a lot of value.
Yeah, this rules.
Yeah.
I think the claw must have been the giant claw because
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
it ran right around the time the giant claw was in theaters for real. This is going back a little further. Look at this one. Did I show you this one before?
No, but I love this. Is
Do you know what movie that is?
that the Beast of Gila Flats?
Beast of Hollow Mountain.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah, because there's a Mexican Spanish track for that. Yeah, a Spanish dub of that because it has uh, Spanish Mexican actors in it.
Yeah, it was a U.S.
So,
Mexican production,
yeah,
co-production.
yeah. Wow, that is great. Love it.
Anyway, I love that there's you know, Mexican movies. There were so many different topics that they just took and ran with. There was always
Yeah,
a Mexican counterpart, and here we had like a Mexican Godzilla counterpart too. This is pretty
yeah.
amazing.
And with cowboys too, right? Isn't it? Or am I thinking?
Oh
Yeah,
no, yeah, there's cowboys in it. Well, that's
yeah,
Valley of Guanji too.
yeah,
You may be thinking of.
yeah. Whoa, this is a wild night at the movies.
I Passed for White and The Hypnotic Eye.
Speaking of Argento, James Franciscus in that, and I passed for
Mm-hmm.
white. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like I'll Cry Tomorrow.
I
Isn't
Passed
that
for
the
White.
one?
I'll Cry Tomorrow.
Yeah, yep.
I
He's like he kills her mother. Bill,
this is
there's no
pretty
Imitation of Life. I'm thinking
this is
of.
pretty amazing because the Hypnotic Eye had two names. Okay. And this
Ooh,
is, I
yeah.
think these ones are from, oh, they're from Tucson. So there it is right there. Well, anyway, this is the first ad that they ran for this double feature. And then this ad ran, and the
Ooh.
hypnotic guy's name had changed to the torturer.
I gotta tell you, this second ad is high art.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful ad. Yeah.
The very next night, though, it was like
Oh,
one night the movie had one title, the next it had a different one.
I like if you go back to the hypnotic eye. Well, it's also in here. The hypnotic eye one had hypnovision. The torturer has touch-o-vision, which seems even weirder.
Yeah,
See
that's
that?
even more invasive than
Yeah.
hypnovision. And the very next
Hypnovision makes you part of the show, it says.
hypnomagic. And here it is, because
Hypnomagic,
the
yeah.
night after it was the torturer, it went back to the hypnotic eye.
The art for I Pass for White is all gorgeous though. Like this is beautiful artwork. That's like a
Hmm.
romance cover. And the I love the knocked out type over it. There's some really cool design work in that.
For an
Wow.
exploitation film, both
That's
of
what I
them.
mean. Like both the last two ads for an exploitation film make it seem so much classier.
Do you love the
Yeah.
hypnotic eye? Have you seen it?
Yes, I do enjoy it.
Oh my God. It's one of my favorites. I love the part where uh, Allison Hayes goes to her apartment and tries to make her get in the shower and scald herself. And she's like, get into the cool, cool shower. And it's like steaming hot. There's so much steam. They must have had a smoke machine going next to it. And then the boyfriend comes to the door. She's like, I'm Justine. I'm I'm a friend of I'm a friend of hers from college. I don't know. I just love it. And there's a face ripping scene at the end too. Always a plus.
Yeah, I like and it was like it's a hypnotist that's responsible potentially for female mutilation victims. Ooh boy.
Yeah. But it wasn't him. It was Allison Hayes, the assistant.
Yeah.
She kept
I like also the hypnotic eye sounds like an exploitation movie versus well, they both do. The hypnotic eye feels maybe a little more science fictiony than
mhm.
the other title, but that's all right.
It would make you
I
sick
would re-
though to see it in a theater, because if you've seen it, like there's like a close up of a strobe light and you're
yeah.
staring at it, and like
Is that the
nobody
hypno magic?
it is. No one wants to sit and watch that.
They did now they put warnings on everything that has that kind of stuff.
Yeah, how many epileptics did they assault by
Oh,
putting that scene in their movie?
imagine if you worked in the theater and you were guiding people to their seats during parts of it. You were an usher and all of a sudden you just freaked out in the aisle. The touch of vision I, I wonder if touch of vision was like that scene I think it's in Kentucky Fried Movie where they have the hands behind the guy and they're playing with his hair and everything.
That's touch-o-vision too.
That's touch of vision, yeah. We need more movies to come out that have gimmicks in it. Like there's no if I go to Oppenheimer, no one's gonna flash a strobe in my face during it. The only thing now people get mad they don't get potty breaks during movies because
I
they're
don't
so long.
know. I think the viral marketing campaigns sometimes qualify as gimmicks. Like, remember Cloverfield?
Oh yeah.
When Cloverfield was coming out, there was this website that you would go to, and they dropped little clues that didn't have anything to do with anything once you've seen the movie. There was like a soft
Oh, it
drink.
was all about the slush stuff, the
Yeah,
soft drinks and stuff.
Slusho.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what the hell was that even? I don't even don't know to
Supposedly
this.
Slusho, when that company had to get rid of it because it was toxic, they they flushed it to the bottom of the ocean, and that's where it hit plankton that got turned into the creatures. Supposedly,
But they don't explain any of that in the movie.
no,
It
they
has
don't.
nothing to do with anything. It's just sort of like, they were
Yeah,
revealing little photographs from the film too, right before it came out. Finally.
yeah, I like that kind of stuff. It gets you more excited about the movie. A lot of people were upset this week because there's the Furiosa trailer that came out for the new Mad Max sequel, and they're like, it looks really fake, and I'm like, I don't care. George Miller's a great director. Like, it's going to be fine. If it was anybody else, I'd be like, well, but it's George Miller. Like, I watched the trailer and I was like, can't wait for this thing to come out. You know?
Also, the campaign for the Blair Witch Project was
Yeah.
super gimmicky.
Yeah. That it was a real movie and people would fight you thinking that it was a real movie.
Yeah,
Like,
like
no,
it
I
really
heard
happened. No, it really
my
happened.
cousin's friend was one of those people.
They
You
were
know?
mad because you said that the Blair Witch Project was fake.
Yeah. I'm like, no, it's a movie. Those are actual people that act. And they're like, no, no. I know somebody that really was killed by the Blair Witch.
Right. That's the sequel. That would have been a better
Yeah.
sequel than the actual Blair Witch 2.
Yeah. You know, Leif was posting a lot of Sun Classic stuff this week, and it made me super happy. I would
Yeah.
like a company to put out all the Sun Classics BS movies in a box set, like The Mysterious Monsters, In Search of Historic Jesus, In Search of Noah's Ark. I know that's your favorite of all of them, Bill.
They
Uh,
found it. They really
they,
found it this time.
they found a bunch of wood. They think it's it. They're going to let you know. The Lincoln Conspiracy, all these movies. I love all of them. What's the one about life after death?
Beyond and
Or
Back.
Beyond and Back, yeah.
Scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Oh,
My
there's
grandma took
another
me to
one.
stuff like that all the time. Like she'd take me to matinees of Chick Sun Classics movies. I don't know what she picked them. Like she was the one
Oh,
who wanted to go see it. And she took me to see that, and like there was like that guy walking around, and nobody. It was like Carnival of Souls. Like no one could see or hear him. And I asked her if it was true, and she told me yes.
there's one of the Chick or Sun Classics are in that same world that Rod Serling did the VO for. And it's all about like how the pyramids, how they prepared the pharaohs and the pyramids, and they took their organs out and stuff. And I remember 43 played it on like a Sunday afternoon, and it upset me so much. I just remember thinking like they're gonna take all my organs out, put them into jars,
Mm-hmm.
and like, and I wouldn't tell anybody in my family why I was so upset because continually I would be told that I was an idiot for being upset about these things. So and Chariots of the Gods, another one. When I watched it, I didn't sleep for weeks. The other thing that kept me up all night as a kid was at the end of Battlestar Galactica, they had that Project Blue Book is a real thing, but they never really found any UFOs. But who knows? Every time that would come up, I'd be like, well, tonight's the night I get abducted. I had a rough job between the vampire attacking me, dressing like Adam Ant, and Project Blue Book. A lot of paranormal activity in my life as a kid, you know?
Next, you're going to start talking about your breakdance clothing.
I've told you about that before, though.
Yeah.
The worst. Yeah, the worst. That's a painful memory. I don't want to talk about my breakdance shirt.
Well, the vampire story was way better than the breakdance clothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I mean, you were literally attacked by a vampire, a neighborhood vampire boy who was your age.
Yeah. Or was he? Right?
Well, Martin was
And we
84
learned from
years old.
Martin he could have been very much older.
Even Martin must have been a boy that age at some point.
Yeah.
When did he
But at
stop
some
aging? What are the rules?
yeah, probably whatever age he is. Like once you get to like 14, you're stuck at 14. It's like the little kid in Near Dark. You know what I mean? He got turned when he was a little kid, and that's the age he's always going to be.
Or Claudia from Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe he was, and he was a day walker too. You know, like Blade. He was out in the daytime, just hanging behind the clothesline at my grandpa's with a cape on.
See, I kind of relate to him, and I envy his
Yeah.
experience. I would have loved to have stalked you and bit you like a vampire. I would have been that kid.
You would not have liked to have been hit with a broom by my grandfather.
It would have been worth it. A broom
Yeah.
would have been worth it. Having that experience of being
Yeah.
an actual
My wife
stalking
is
vampire.
in love with this story, and it's a real childhood trauma for me. It really is. And she thinks it's the best thing that's ever happened. Like she loves it. She thinks it is the cutest thing. And I'm like, he bit my neck. It wasn't even we were like doing something else. We were like playing G.I. Joe or something. He just turned around and just went, got me. You're not ready
He
during the
got
day.
you.
You're not ready during the daytime for it, Bill.
And you were walking around like this for the rest of the day.
I was rested. I had a crucifix after that. Don't need that.
I'm going to be
My neck
thinking
hurt.
about this now for the next week.
Yeah. Yep. He got me. He didn't turn me though. He would have had to do it 2 more times. And then I literally thought about that night when I went home. I'm like, thank God it was only once. You know, because it's 3 times.
Oh yeah, depending on what movie you watch,
Yeah.
like Martin
I-
said, it's all made up.
It's all made up. Yeah. Thank God he didn't hit me with his hypodermic. You know, that would have probably been the next move.
Well, the needles make it hurt. They make it so it doesn't hurt. Oh, I forgot to mention about how much Martin reminds me of Matthew from Scream Bloody Murder.
Mm.
It's totally like that. He's like, but I bought you an easel and
Yeah.
paints and I cooked you a steak and you're still not happy that I abducted you. Martin talks just like that.
Yeah. I like when he Martin's seduction of that woman is anti-seduction. When he's like, "You want me for sex, right?"
Well,
Like
she
in the
seduced him
unsexy.
technically. I mean, she brought him there for that purpose. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but then like it is the unsexiest seduction, and then cut to like her crying as she's like laying on top of him, and he's like, "Yeah,
Leaf's telling us about Sun Classics.
yeah, I know." This is a sad one though. The rumor is after Charlie Cellars committed suicide over his wife cheating on him, she and her lover tried to run the company. Not knowing much about filmmaking, they figured the multi-cam film prints took up too much space, and clearly the smaller analog SD video masters would suffice. A tragic take all the way around. I would love. I mean, I do have downloaded copies of them, but I would love like a really beautiful set of those. And
Yeah, that's one of those tragedies, with like the footage being thrown away from any movie where there's deleted scenes, like Event Horizon. It's all gone.
Mhm.
All that hell footage that they shot that was supposedly so outrageous and controversial.
Yeah. Oh.
Nobody knew that they were going to want all that stuff, though. You could be
Mm-mm.
almost be forgiven for throwing that stuff away because in 85, let's just say, like nobody knew that anyone was ever going to want to watch that stuff again, so they just probably would have thrown it out.
Mm-hmm.
Bummer.
Yeah, it's just like how many old TV shows. There's only a vampire show. There's like less than an hour because
Yeah,
they just taped over that stuff. The only stuff that exists is the stuff that was sent to nationals for like a trial show. It's not even like a great version of the show.
Chiller Theater.
Yeah,
Most of those episodes were taped over.
yeah.
Oh, Freaks, that's another one, Tracy. Good
Mm-mm.
call, where they threw away a whole bunch of footage. There were like all these different versions of that movie with different endings, and they didn't know what they were doing with that. And it's all gone.
Oh, yeah. Hold on to your DVDs and Blu-rays.
Well, this is normally where we would start talking about what movies we were going to show next week,
I
but
know.
we have nothing to talk about for next week.
Oh,
When are we going to come back?
that's a good question. Probably what, first or second week in January?
Yeah, sometime around there.
We have one guest lined up though, so that's exciting.
Yeah, we have a bunch of guests lined up, I think.
I'll do it.
Well,
One new
penciled
one that
in.
we haven't had on though, so that's
Yeah,
exciting.
we haven't had any
Yeah,
firm commitments yet. We haven't
yeah,
planned that far ahead.
yeah. And look forward to send me any notes you guys have on movies you'd like to see on the show, and I'll add them to the list. And I hope everybody has a great holiday and New
Yeah,
Year's, and it's safe, and you get a lot of cool movies. Uh, 15 people still on. That's pretty amazing.
it's
301
actually
minutes.
21.
Oh my gosh, 21 people.
You guys only see the Facebook numbers, but I see the Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah. And then Bill and I will get together. We do our traditional New Year's where we ignore every other person in the party and watch videos together. That's Bill and I's New Year. So that's cool. John said we could watch a GoPro setup at a smallpox cemetery. Wow. That's dark. Bring your coasters, though. That makes it more fun. 2023 is almost done. It feels weird. When I was a kid, like 2023 seemed so far in the future. You know? We're
Your voice
24
is
years
fading
past
again.
space. Oh, sorry. We're 24 years past space 1999. We're way in the future now.
Yeah.
It feels, you know,
There was some
feel
movie I
very.
just ran on the page not too long ago, and it was called something about time. Like it's like a time travel movie, and they go to 2024, and the world is
Oh,
it's everybody's sterile, and no one can have children anymore, which is pretty much the way that we're headed.
yeah. There's no time travel movies where they go from like 1985 to 2023, and they're like, it's not a lot different, And it's like, yeah, I know. It's about the same thing. All the movies are very similar, and they all have the same John Carpenter music. It hasn't changed all that much. Um, but let's leave it on a more positive note than that. Come
Yeah,
on.
we can't. That can't be the. Oh, Beyond the Time Barrier is the movie I was thinking of.
Ah, Leif said he's behind on both, watching YouTube on the big screen and on Facebook to comment. Oh man. So, and I want to say, here's my happy. I am so thankful. Not that it's Thanksgiving, but fuck it. I am very thankful for everybody that's in chat. You guys are so intelligent and keep things moving and answer questions and ask questions. And you guys are great. Thanks for coming back every week and watching the show and enjoying the weird stuff that we show. And for the most part, digging it. And even when you don't, it's probably just as entertaining if you don't. So I really appreciate it. And thanks for we're on what is this episode 161?
Yes,
Yeah.
episode
It's crazy.
161.
We've shown at least I know we've done some single features, but over 225 or 250 movies that we've shown. And that's really cool. I'm really excited to do it. I have fun doing this every week. And while we do need there is some time off will be good for us. I know this time next week, Bill will probably text me or I'll text him back. Oh, I really missed
I
doing the show.
know. I'm gonna want to be
Yeah.
doing the show next week, but
Yeah. Probably 2 weeks. Maybe in 2 weeks I'll get a text and says, "Yeah, hey, I missed doing the show." But until then, obviously you can check Bill's page. He has awesome stuff up every day. You can check out my page. And more and more. Thank you. If that's so kind of you. And I love checking out your Facebook page as of late. It's been really super informative. So love that too. And I'm just excited to watch more movies over the next couple weeks. My site this week's all Al Adamson. This week, next week is all Italian Gothic horror, and then I don't know what's coming up the week after. Hopefully not Christmas movies. I can't do Christmas movies, but probably some. Lots of reviews, lots of Twilight movies. Come for those.
coming soon to an Etsy shop near you will be Drive-In Asylum issue number 25. But that's not going to be until we're probably like when we start doing shows again is when it'll be ready.
Yeah, but it'll be exciting. And also thanks to everybody that contributed to my site and also to paying the streaming for the next 2 months. It really helps because the streaming is somewhat expensive. But it is very appreciated to everybody that does it.
We're going to keep doing the show no matter what, whether we have to pay for it or not. So show's probably not going to go anywhere, but we do appreciate all of you folks helping out to keep the show on the air. It means that you really want to watch it, like that it means something to you, that you would even give just like a couple of bucks. It's at PayPal me at groovydoom@gmail.com. even if it's just
Yeah.
$2, you guys are really helping out, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
So
And,
what were you going to say, Sam?
I just appreciate it, and I have had a lot of fun for everybody that sent me in the coffee, I guess how you say it, or Ko-fi funds, and pick movies for me to watch. Got me to watch movies I would have never watched otherwise. So it was super cool, and that's kind of why I do with a site where it's like, hey, like I'd rather see something I've never seen before and learn from it and get really excited about it and dig deeper. So it really spurred me on to do that.
That's really
yeah,
hard
that's
to find
so
a movie that Sam hasn't seen.
aren't that many. I'll tell you though, Score was really good. The Radley Metzger movie, I fucking loved that movie. I actually liked all of his that I watched. Those were all pretty good. And RPM that I got paid to do, I really like that movie too. And usually don't like Anthony Quinn. I really liked him in that movie. So a win all around. I also realized watching that movie, Bill, my dad used to talk about Anne Margaret with like these hushed tones of like how wonderful Anne Margaret was, and I never really got it. I watched that movie, and I was like, oh, I get it now. I understand it. You know, if he was alive today, I would call him, tell him like, you were right about Anne Margaret, Dad. And he would giggle. So yeah.
Oh,
But, yeah.
he knew you understood at some point.
Yeah. He's like, someday you'll learn, son. He also, Margot Kidder was another big one. So my dad had good taste, I will say. That was his favorite. So
Oh,
we're on
wow.
Superman. Yeah. Look at that. Amazing.
Well, we heard that you used a body double for those
Yeah.
hardcore scenes. So
Yeah.
did she? Only Mike Justice knows for sure.
It feels like the kind of thing that you would say you used a body double even if you didn't. You know what I mean? It would feel like, yeah.
I'm cynical.
I
think it
find
was her.
out. I did find out from writing that the scene in Misty Beethoven at the end where she seduces the husband and pegs him, like that is a bottom double for that scene. So
A
in case you're ever
bottom
wondering.
double.
Yeah, that's a new phrase that I just made up.
Peter North wasn't a bottom double. He claimed
when he
that
was Matt Ramsey?
Peter North claimed that it wasn't him that was getting fucked in those gay movies that he did. It totally
That's Matt
was
Ramsey.
him.
That's not me, Bill. That's
Right,
a totally different guy. That's his Alexis Dubin character. Yeah. I think I don't know if he admits it now. He could admit it now. Come on.
Oh, you can't deny it. I mean, it's a video. You can see it. Whatever,
Yeah. I guess who knows if it matters.
Matters to him, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, it's a weird, guys are weird, Also, I like when I think he tried for a while being like, well, I never bottomed, so even if I did gay porn, I'm still straight. And like, no, well, we found scenes where we bottomed.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, that's different with me. And like, yeah.
So we ended this season talking about porn.
We did it.
You never know what you're going to get on this program. And we hope that all of you have a great holiday. And we want you to come back in early January when we're back on the air, probably like the second week of January, let's say tentatively. Work schedules have something to do with it too. So we'll figure out when we're going to be back on the air. We'll be posting about it, I'm sure, like crazy. But for now, you get a break from us. And we'll see you next year. All right?
All right. Thanks for everything, Bill. Thanks for doing the show.
Thank you, as always. We'll see you guys in 2024 on the Drive and Asylum double feature.
Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian. Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian.